So welcome to Free Qigong and Taijiquan lesson. It's so great to see some of you that I haven't seen for a long time. And of course, welcome to my current students. And it's nice to meeting all of you who I've never met before. I'm honored. And thank you for coming. So, because some of you don't know me, I'm just briefly introduce myself. Tonight is not about myself, but I feel like I haven't met you. So I would like just to mention a little bit about me. My name is Lorelei Chang, and I have been teaching Qigong for a long time. As many Qigong teachers, we switch back online. So I'm committed next year only online, virtually, unfortunately. Hopefully that will change soon. So the reason I'm hosting this free Qigong lesson, one of the reasons, because some of my students want to know the difference between these two classes I'm offering next year. So that was the main reason. But I thought, okay, let's just open to the public. So thank you for coming. Some of you just, I post on Facebook. And so it's an honor to meet you here. In Chinese tradition, when we say we're meeting someone, we call the 缘分. 缘分 means I can translate to fate. So, but it's more than just that. I often mention about this. I grew up in China. I was born and raised there, and I come to this country, and I end up in the East Coast in Connecticut, and then I end up with you. So I always feel like that's very precious, and I always like to mention that when I meet new people. So it's fate that we meet here, and I hope that you will enjoy tonight's class. So tonight, I will be bringing two different programs, which is a little crazy. Within 1 hour, I'm going to show you some, like a very small sample of two different classes. One is called Qi Intelligence. It's basically intelligent Qigong that I practice the most. I have been practicing intelligent Qigong since, oh wow, it's very scary. I'm doing my math. So it's about over 35 years. It's a little scary. And then Taijiquan, I actually learned Taijiquan first when I was 12 years old. My ballet teacher, for some of you don't know my background, I'm a professional dancer, and I'm proud to say that I'm the first group of modern dancers in China when modern dance was introduced to China. And the reason I want to mention here, because modern dance had taught me so much about life, just like a Taijiquan and Qigong. So that part is very precious. And I have, so my ballet teacher introduced me to Taijiquan when I was 12 years old. That's when I studied Yang style Taiji. That's what I'm going to teach. But back then I start learning 108 Taiji. Oh, I think someone is still waiting, maybe waiting for me to enter. I keep hearing sound. Oh yeah, sorry. I don't normally use password, so forgive me. All right, I'll keep that on. So back then I was learning 108 Taijiquan. Is super long, and not many teachers teaching that because it's very long form. It takes forever to finish the whole form. So I'm going to teach 24, which is the simplified form, Yang style Taijiquan. Maybe eventually I'll teach you the 40 style or 108, but we're going to start, especially on Zoom. It's very hard. This is my first experience in teaching Taijiquan on Zoom. So it would be interesting, but I have been thinking about how I'm going to make a class work and how I thought, there may be some benefit. Everything is always yin and yang, right? So there may be benefit of teaching on Zoom. It really force you to break down everything. So that's what I'm going to teach you a little bit of that. And then, at the end, I welcome questions and any question about the class, about how I teach, what program I'm offering, all of that, we can save some few minutes. All right, All right, I think that's all I want to say. So my first question always, okay, I want to know what are the difference between Qigong and Taijiquan. I think that's many people have a question when they study Qigong, when they study Taijiquan, what is the differences? So from my experience, this is all from my own experience. It could be different from other people. So I think there's some major differences. First of all, Qigong is the ancestor, it's the father of Taijiquan. So that's very different. So Taijiquan is coming out of Qigong. Although Taijiquan is very popular here in this country, if often people mention, what is Qigong? I said, do you know Taiji? I said, oh yeah. It's kind of like that. So that's an easy way to explain Qigong. But Qigong is actually the father of Taijiquan. And most people always say Taiji, they just ignore the Quan at the end. So I would like to correct that for people who study with me. Taijiquan rather than Taiji. So because Taiji is not formal exercise, Taiji is a concept. Taiji is a way of life. Taiji is, how you look at the life and how you balance and harmonize your life. So it's a philosophy more so than the form of practice or discipline. All right, so just to make clear that maybe some of you just started today, so it's good to have the clear distinguish what is Taiji, what is Taijiquan. So Quan means a fist. So it's a form, it's a martial arts study, Taijiquan, to sharpen their skills or for their fighting skills. But later, when Yang Lu Chan, his name is Yang Lu Chan, and he's the one created Yang style Taijiquan, and he has very gentle personalities. So he developed this very gentle movement, got very popular. So he got hired by the Imperial China. So he was teaching Taijiquan to, the guards, and everyone have to stay healthy. So that become popular in China. But there are many styles of Taijiquan. There are 5, in fact. And most popular one that you may heard is Chen style, or is Wu style, or is the Sun style. So there are different kinds of Taijiquan from different creator. All right, so that's the difference between Qigong and Taijiquan. Qigong started long time ago. In fact, thousands of years ago, people don't even have the word of Qigong, but they discovered Qi. The character Qi, actually, yes, I did a little calligraphy. So when you take my class, you learn a lot of calligraphy. So this is the beginning of the Qi, how they write. It's kind of like a vapor, like, the moist and evaporating and this air. And then later it changed to like this. And then this is a current Qi. So as you can see the Qi in the middle, the outsiders look the same, but in the middle they add, means rice. So when you ancient Chinese discover where does Qi come from, besides the air that we breathe in, we also get a lot of good Qi or essence from the food, from the rice we eat. So they put a rice here to represent the Qi. But back old days, they don't call Qigong Qigong. They call Qigong, they have many different words. One of the popular words is called the Daoyin. So it means guidance. You're guided, use your intention, use your mind to guide Qi into the body. Or another word called Tu Na. Tu Na means breathe in or breathe out and breathe in. So notice they put a breathe out first before they put a breathe in. Tu means breathe out. So that's how they train normally when they do practice the breathing, they always exhale first. They exhale to make inside of your body more room to breathe in. So they have different words to describe Qigong. That's two difference. Another thing that if you do practice Qigong and Taijiquan, you notice when you do Qigong, you can stay here and just close your eyes. and just moving slowly. But when you do Taijiquan, you can't close your eyes because you're traveling, you're changing positions. And so if you close your eyes, you may just trip over, right? So that's very different. Also, most Qigong, you notice you have a lot of upper body movement. Yeah, there's some Qigong, like intelligent Qigong in the future I'm teaching, they actually have more legs, but a lot of Qigong forms don't have a lot of legs exercise movement. And they may go down and up. There are no changes or no bending and stretching. But when I say bending, it's all the way down, like a squatting. Yes, you do bend your legs. But in Taijiquan, there are a lot of leg lifting, they do lifting their legs up. They're, changing directions, stepping forward. There are bow steps, there are empty steps. So there are a lot of different steps. That's why it's a little tricky to teach and to learn. So that's a major differences between these two different disciplines. But somehow they share very similar principles. Qi, they all require good Qigong training for both Taijiquan and Qigong. There are many, many different principles. And in the future, I'll be like a listing, we'll have 10 essential principles in both Taijiquan and Qigong. One of them I mention often in my class is 静中有动，动中有静. So when you're moving, you feel the stillness. And when you're still, like standing like a tree, I often encourage my students to feel the movement. So that movement and stillness is always together as a whole. You're not separating that. So you're training your brain or your awareness to pay attention to the part of the movement is not prominent. Like when you move, it's hard to feel that stillness. And when you're still, it's hard to feel the movement, right? So when you do this training, you're really pay attention to the whole picture. So pay attention to the part that's not easy to feel. So that's one of the principles that both Qigong and Taijiquan share. And there are many, many of them. I won't tell you all of that today. So I wanted to take some time to show you something. Before we begin, I just wanted to show you, just talk a little bit about the programs in those two classes. People ask me, which class should I sign up? I always say, sign up 2 classes, both classes. Because, when I designed this program, I want to make sure they're complementary to each other. So like I mentioned before, Qigong doesn't have a lot of legs. So Taijiquan have a lot of legs. So you develop the leg strength, balance. And so they're both programs come together. So they share some commonality, of course. But major difference is that Qigong I teach, intelligent Qigong has a whole entire system by itself. And Taijiquan has its entire separate system by itself. However, in the intelligent Qigong, I'll be talking about standing like a tree, standing meditation. So that's a major, very important part of. And in Taijiquan, maybe I don't do so much because I will spend time to explain the movement. But in Taijiquan, I'm going to break down the movement into a Taiji, I call the Taiji dance. Don't get scared. If you say, I'm not a dancer, I can't. So it's everything, if you're moving, you're dancing. That's at least how I interpret it, or my definition of dance. Okay, so there's a breakdown movement into a Qigong short form to get you familiar with the movement. So once you learn the form, it's, oh yeah, I remember I did that in that short dance. So that's the way I wanted to structure these 2 classes. So you don't get the same thing in both classes, yet they're complementary to each other. They're helping each other to grow, okay? So if you're ready, we're going to start from standing like a tree. If you have never done standing like a tree, this is one of the training they do in China. whichever teacher, whether they teach Qigong or Taijiquan, they do standing like a tree. You have to be able to stand for 40 minutes before they teach you any form. If you have a good leg, if you don't have good legs, good foundation, not able to be grounded, or not able to quiet your mind and heart, you can't focus, you can't absorb. So the teacher always teach students standing like a tree. But of course, we're not gonna stand there 40 minutes. Maybe we do like short 3 minutes standing like a tree, okay? So I'll be guiding you. Please, you can do this in sitting position if you don't like to stand up. Normally we do this in standing position. I wanna make sure that you can see my whole body. You may not need to see my feet. I'll be just talking through. I don't want to be too far back. You can't hear me too well. So let's go ahead, find a place. And if you haven't got a chance to feel your feet today, I don't know where you come from. I think there's some people, it's from Tokyo. I know one. And I assuming most of us are at evening time. So have you thought about your feet? Have you really feel your feet yet? So take a moment to feel your feet. And imagine if your feet has nostril underneath the bottom of the foot, there's a point called bubbly spring. It's a kidney point. It's a kidney 1 point. It's only point of the body in the 12 meridians facing down, connected to earth. So it's a major point of the body. See if you can soften, imagine if this is your feet, if my hands are your feet, you're just relax and soften. So allow the bubbly spring to activate it. Imagine your feet is breathing like your nostrils. Okay, just take a moment to feel that. And check your knees. When I ask you to relax your feet, your knees most likely will relax. Okay, so take a moment to feel your pelvic area. And this is important, this part, because that's our dantian, that's our center. And if you're standing, make sure you're sitting as though there's a chair behind you. You're just about to sit. And what we call here in the front of the hips, qua. So allow your qua, your hips empty. How do you empty them? It's by sitting. So there's more space. You can feel it with your hands. And your knees in line with the toes. Now, once you drop your qua, you feel your tailbone is super long, elongate. Imagine that tail touching the ground. Then next thing you want to pay attention is your waist. So see if you can feel, we call this area behind your navel, this point called gate of life. So I also use the image of the door. It's a life gate. It's a gate, so the door needs to be open and closed. It cannot be locked, okay? So once you're sinking down, you want to feel that door is slightly open. So song, we call it song yao. So song means relax. Yao means waist. Relax the waist. Relax the waist, you will feel your chest is nice and soft. So your chest is relaxed. We call this 含胸拔背. Han means contained. So your chest is contained. And 拔背, your back is open and lifted. Okay, so your bay is open and lifted. And let's have your hands in front of you like you're holding a tree. So watch out. I see a lot of people doing this, standing like a tree, so make sure your shoulders relax. This should be like about 45 degrees down. It's like if I have water here, it's gonna fall into my elbows. And the elbows, the rest will be parallel to the floor. All your fingers are open, soft. Okay, so you're just, and the fingers are about 2 fists in between, or sometimes 2.5, depending on the width of your shoulders. So they're not very close. They're right in front of your chest. Okay, so Now, take a moment to feel the crown of the head. I use the image of your eye behind the neck. So make sure the eye is open. So when this eye opens, we call this heavenly window. This window just open up. So this eye behind your neck, looking through the window into the North Star. So you can feel it when you do that. When you open that, imagine the eye behind your neck, your chin will be slightly tucked. But what I don't like to use tuck your chin, because this is a little too aggressive. Rather, when you open the eye, it's very gentle and natural alignment. So we're just gonna stay here for a few breaths. As you inhale, so you can notice the breath in between your fingers, the air, the qi in between your fingertips, and begin to move the hands slightly away. And then exhale, come to center. Let's connect your intention into your belly. We call this area dantian, elixir field. So feel the air in the elixir field, and that field continue expanding outward. Open up the body, and then exhale, relax. Soften the tailbone. Inhale, open from internally open, and open that window to top the head, and then exhale, soften. Now you're standing here still. See if you can notice the movement of the breath. You're going to breathe in and out through the nose only, and have your tongue lightly touch the top palate. Good. And when you feel so quiet and still, you begin to hear your heartbeat. You begin to feel your heartbeat. And you begin to feel the qi buzzing, tingleish in between your fingertips, perhaps. Imagine there's an elastic in between your fingers, pulling a little bit tighter when you inhale, and then softening a little bit towards the center. Again. Good. And feel that window on top of the head. If you're during the daytime, you can visualize the sunlight shining through the heavenly window downward. And if you're in the evening, you can visualize the moonlight shining through the heavenly window through the top of the head and down into the head, lighting up the upper dantian. We call the head area as upper dantian, and continue shining down through the neck, along the cervical spine, and lighting up each vertebrae. Then continue shining down to the lungs. So lung is consider the associated with the earth, with the fall, with a metal element. So associated with that yin energy, you can feel the moonlight shining, opening up that lung. Feel the spaciousness. Notice any tension you're holding there in between the lungs and heart. These days, we'll hold a lot of tension in our heart. Even just watch 5 minutes news can make your heart tighten. So next, moving down to the heart, see if you can feel this openness, spaciousness with that moonlight. And continue moving down to the stomach area. On the right side of your liver and gallbladder, on the left side of spleen and pancreas, and the center of slightly off your left side of your stomach. This whole area is lighting up. And also feel the same thing through your back. So when you go in the back, that's your kidneys, imagining that 2 kidneys lighting up. And continue moving down to the lower region of your dantian. So here is we called a Lexer field with your small, large intestines, all the reproductive organs, lighting up the whole area. Are you still breathe slowly, deeply, and evenly? Now sending the light down to your legs. And as you're sending the lights down towards your feet, and see if you can still maintain that awareness connect to the sky. And see your body lighting up all inside and every layer, every corner. Now moving down to your feet, to the toes, all the way down to the bottom of the feet, connect to the center of the earth. So you have this light straight down from the sky all the way down to the earth. You also have this loop that you're holding. Both arms connect to the light, ring of light that you're holding. So see yourself in this light field. We also call the Qi field. In the Intelligent Qigong, it's very much focused on the collective energy that we're coming together, even through Zoom, that we can connect our Qi to this field. And with this field, it's much stronger, so much more support to our practice, and healing effect is multiplied many, many times. So imagining yourself, this light, connect all the light here with everyone and the light outside of your house with all the stars, moon, and sun. Good. Breathe in, the whole house or the room is breathed with you. And exhale, feel the connection to the earth, and inhale for the earth and sky to breathe with you. Exhale, feel slowly lower the arms down, very, very slowly. When you move slow, you feel the qi, much easier to feel the qi. And as you're moving downward, you can feel the support of the qi field. And slowly down by your side, we call this Wu Ji stance. So just have your hands by your side. Fingertips down. We're going to just ground ourselves a little bit more. Now, it is important to ground ourselves before you practice Qigong or Taijiquan, and it's very beneficial. And if we have a lot of Qigong teachers here that you're teaching students, some students have anxiety issues or heart issues, the qi is or head easily coming to the head. So grounding, this Wuji stance is very helpful and is necessary. Especially if you do this with a healing, qi healing, it is crucial that we ground ourselves first. As a teacher, as yourself, you also have to be grounded in order to directing your qi or communicate with your qi with your students. Good. Thinking about 10 channels of light through the fingers connect to the center of the earth. Can you feel movement in stillness? Beautiful. Now we're going to just do a few deep breath with movement of the arms. So inhale, arms up towards the chest. Exhale, turn the palms down and guiding the qi down all the way. So when you release your hands down, parting the arms slightly away. So the qi is going to go even deeper into the ground. And then turn the palms and gather qi up towards the chest again. Inhale. And exhale down. We'll talk about paying attention to the opposition. Okay, so when you stand still, you pay attention to the movement. When you move, pay attention to the sense of stillness. Now, I would like to have you pay attention to the opposition. So as you're coming up, which part of your body go down? Feel it. Feel in your body. And when you're coming down, which part of your body goes up? So scoop the earth chi upward as your feet go down. Notice when you focus on pressing feet downward, this movement gets a little bit easier. Now, relax down. If we're not aware of our alignment, everything gonna be just slouching, right? So we have to think about your crown towards the sky. So that point is lifting up as we're releasing down. You would learn a lot of the paradox in the Chinese Qigong and Taijiquan study. And that paradox, just like yin yang, they're not opposite. They're supporting each other. So therefore, it's a one whole supporting system. Beautiful. Now relax. Just take a moment, shake out the hands, and relax. Okay. So the movement I would like to introduce from Intelligent Qigong is very precious. And when I prepared this class, thinking how I know some of you just coming here just wanted to know more about Taijiquan or Qigong, or just take advantage of taking free class. So I wanted to share, I wholeheartedly would like to share with you, even if you're coming just for one class today, I hope that you can carry something back home. And this is one of those very precious exercises called push and pull. Okay, again, you notice push and pull are opposition. And this movement is in the middle of the form, but I'm taking this out of the form and just teaching you and share with you a little bit. I would say I'll share with you, there's so much in this movement that takes a long time to teach. And I will share this with you. Okay, I have more people come in. All right, so push and pull. If you have shoulder problems, you can do this in the lower position. This is arms about just a little bit lower than shoulders. And you're starting from palms, pushing outward. Okay, so this is a position. Notice all your joints are soft. You're not lifting the shoulders here. So as you lift the arms up, your shoulders should go down. Okay, and even my hands, your fingers towards the sky, but they're not tensed. So really soft. Hands are really soft. So first of all, we're going to pull the energy into the body and push out. Okay. If you're not familiar with Qigong, we call this Laogong point, labor palace. And where labor palace located is very easy to find as you're folding your fingers. It's in between the index and middle finger. That's where the web, where they meet. So this is the heart protector meridian. And the heart protector meridian, the eighth point. And you finish on the middle finger. So this is 8. Labor palace. Labor, in Chinese, labor has 2 fires on top. So whenever we say labor, it's a lot of work, right? It's almost like overwork. And when that's in the evening, you're supposed to turn off the light, but they have 2 fires still lighting up. So lots of work through this point. So we would like to invite you to pretending this is your 2 nostrils. So you breathe in through the Laogong point and breathe out, release the heart tension. So you can purposely using this as a healing exercise by thinking, what I'm holding on to that I need to let it go. You can set your intention when you do this exercise, and what do you want to breathe in? So I'm sure at this point, we all want to breathe in more peace, right? We all want to breathe in more health, good health. We all want to breathe in more light. So you can actually use the word, set intention, and to breathe in. What do you want to breathe in? What do you want to breathe out? So let's just go ahead to do this exercise. We're going to do a few more rounds. I won't be able to go very deep in this one, but just give you a little taste of this, and you can maybe continue to discover on your own if you're not coming back to the class. So shake it out. Shake out the legs. Shake out the arms. Okay, so we're going to take a moment to bring your arms up into this erect palms. I'm going to go a little closer, you can see me better. Okay, now notice if there are any tension on your shoulders or even the lower back and tailbone. So your knees are soft. Here we go. We're going to pull it in and push out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And once you know this movement, you can close your eyes and really feel this very gentle, small, not very large movement. And exhale. You can bring that through the Laogong point, the labor palace, into your heart, and then release the tension out. You can also use a water image. Bring the clear water, cleanse your heart, and then breathe out. Soft as you can be. And check if there, can I relax more? Can I use less muscular effort? There's no physical strength here. And we are in qi within us. See if you can feel the qi surround you, supporting you move, and feel the stale qi out. So you bring in the fresh qi, you bring out the stale qi. So this is in the Intelligent Qigong first level called lift the qi up, and pour qi down. The title is Peng Qi Guan Ding. And basically this level focuses on teaching how you can letting go the qi, internal qi out, and how can you absorb the fresh nature's qi into the body. So you learn how to exchange the qi. Our body, just like your iPhone, the battery is limited. After a while, you have to charge. But besides sleeping, we actually can charge our body by doing Qigong, by having the skill of absorbing the qi from external nature and releasing the stale qi out. So we can letting go and moving the qi and block the stagnation in the body. Beautiful. We did it quite a bit. Now relax your arms down and just want to, you take a moment to feel your whole body. See if you can, just letting go, give your brain a little time to recognize all the sensations. It may rise or it may not. Okay, so if you don't feel any qi flow into your palms and arms or maybe any other area, that's okay. Qi it's a skill, so it takes time to train your body to be sensitive enough to feel the qi. Beautiful. And again, you're gonna shake it out. Okay, shake out the legs. Sometimes your legs get a little stagnated, and release. Maybe walk around and take a moment to feel your posture as you walk. As you're walking, you continue to hear me talking. So Pang Heming is the creator of the Intelligent Qigong. One of his famous saying, which I love, absolutely love, is 气功生活化，生活气功化. So 生活 means life. 气功, how you can infuse Qigong into your life. So Qigong become part of your life. and how can you bring your life as a Qigong. So he mentioned about how do you drink water as you practice Qigong? How do you eat as a Qigong? How do you wash your face as a Qigong? How do you speak as a Qigong? So every moment is your Qigong practice. So that's what he teaches in this form as well. All right, so I'm going to jump to the next, because I just looked at the clock. We have like 18 minutes left. Where did the time go? So I'm going to share a one very, there's so many I want to share. I don't know which one should I share. Let's do a cloud hand. I know cloud hand is some of you already know, but there's always fun to do it. So some of you don't know cloud hand is one of the famous Taiji movement, and I'm going to show you in a moment. All right, so just take a moment to find a space. In cloud hands in many Qigong styles, in the Yang Taijiquan, also in the Chen, but they're just doing it slightly different. So I'm not going to go too deep talk about the differences between those. I just want to show you the Yang style cloud hand. So your legs, just like you do standing like a tree, you stay here stationary. We're not moving, okay? But this cloud hand will move later, okay? Right now we're not moving. We're gonna start in with your right hand. I'm going to mirror you. That's one thing is very different. Taijiquan is often asymmetry. Qigong is most of the time it's symmetry. You're moving the same time on both sides. Taijiquan is always different. Therefore, it's challenging for the brain. They were saying Taijiquan is very good for Alzheimer, preventing Alzheimer or, dementia. So I hope that's true. And so let's start from your right hand first. We're going to right hand cross your body just naturally turns slightly and then open. Okay, as your right hand coming down, your left hand goes up and then open to the right. So can you see my bottom hand, palms down, and top hand, palms towards my body. And then here's the yin yang palm changing. All right, so there's a changing, one up, one down, and move. And make sure you're not, this is very common issues I see people do. They're always lifting their elbows, like doing that. So elbows should be soft, called 沉肩坠肘. 沉 means heavy shoulder, and release the elbows. And lower palm, feel the earth. Good. Now, the tricky part that you're moving to this opposite direction, but arriving at the same time, and turn. Change. And turn. Good. We'll keep doing this. Now we're going to add one more element. Now see if you can move shifting the weight with your palms. So you're open to the right and you shift to the right. Change arms, open to the left, shift to the left. Nice. Change and shift. As you shift, you notice the weight. One become solid, one become empty. So another paradox. So opposition, emptiness and fullness. Relax the elbows. I haven't mentioned about breathing. I hope you have been breathing naturally. Good. Nice job. Everyone who's doing the right job. Pretty good job, all the people that I can see. Now we're going to add another element with walking. Okay. So I'm going to go back a little bit. You can see me. Now, as I change hands, I step this foot where I'm going to move. Step, shift. And when I change hands, I'm going to bring that foot in and turn. Change hands, step out. Good. And change hands, step in. One more. Step out. And step in. Okay. All right, relax. I'm gonna move this way a little bit, because in the form you're traveling to your left side. I'm your mirror. I'm traveling to my right, but you're going to the left. So let's try that one more time. We're starting from your right arm, open. Just do a one place, in place. Ready, here we go. Step, change hands, and shift. Close, change, and shift. Step, change, and shift. Nice. And change hands, step in. One more time. Change and step. Turn and close. All right. Take a moment to relax, shake it out. I guess I will take 2 minutes to do one more thing I would like to show you, because I want to give you a sense of how do I break up this movement into this Qi dance, Qi Taiji move. Okay, so let's try this movement, into this kind of like flow. Okay, I'm going to actually just make this fun. I'll just play some music here to accompany you. You don't have to do anything, just follow me along. It should be nice and simple. Okay, I may just improvise a little bit too, just to make this fun. Okay, here we go. I'm playing some nice, okay, stand up here. Good. We're starting with the feet already open to two. Okay. Sinking into your legs. Let's do a little faster. Down and up. Good. Now we go open into hold the ball and trace. Open the ball and holding the. You can say holding the moon. Shift. Shift to your right foot. Good. One more time. And now we change to cloud hand. Same thing we did earlier. Now we're going to stop on the left side and bring your foot into the ball. And step out. Open arms. Hold the ball. And step out. Open arms. Hold. And step. Hold. Step. Rush. And let's Gather arms in, into your belly. All right, let's just finish there. Take a moment to just breathe. And step in together, feet. Let's take a moment to finish our practice today. We're going to do a little gathering, lifting chi up and pour chi down to finish. So letting go your arms by your side. I'm going to share this regular prayer that we do in my class. So you don't have to do anything, just follow me along. Take a moment to sending your fingertips down, soften the knees. And as you scoop the arms up, imagine you scoop the pure energy of the living universe. Arms rising on the V shape. So take a moment to feel the spaciousness inside of your body. Imagine all the energy go opening and receiving. Interconnecting all life, slowly turning to your left side and back to center. Interconnecting all life as you're turning, you're collecting the chi into your body. Gather arms overhead, unconditionally nourishing, guiding the chi into the body, harmonizing. Continue to go down, transforming, connect to the earth, fulfill the all beautiful purpose of all life. Gather all the energy in between your palms, the pure energy of oneness is alive. Bring that into your heart and allow the continue go all the way down into the elixir field. Feel the energy is everywhere inside of your body that connect to the universal energy. Shou Chang, Shou Qi means collect the qi and ready to close this practice by bringing the awareness, bring your Shen, the spirit, back to your heart. Connect deeply to your soul, to that Hun Yuan Qi, the source. Take a deep breath in and exhale, relax your arms. All right, we have 5 minutes. I would like to just take a moment to chat about what your feedback, if you have any question. I'm actually going to stop recording, so